She does wonderful work, too, doesn't she?
There's Pat Harvey.
There's Lauren Sanchez. Wonderful work, too, doesn't she?
There's Pat Harvey.
There's Lauren Sanchez. Wonderful work, too, doesn't she?
There's Pat Harvey.
There's Lauren Sanchez. Wonderful work, too, doesn't she?
There's Pat Harvey.
There's Lauren Sanchez. Wonderful work, too, doesn't she?
There's Pat Harvey.
There's Lauren Sanchez.
Cup sticks. You know what I like best about My 13 News?
That you get to tell everybody what's happening in the world.
Well, that. And we get to talk for more than 10 seconds. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Sanchez.
I'm Rick Garcia. Wall Street bounces back as Congress gets ready to try it again.
A second vote on the rescue plan is now set for tomorrow night.
And as Jeff Michael reports in tonight's big story, tax cuts could be the key. The financial crisis is especially hard on those who need credit.
Credit for everything from a home to a car. Al Naipo in this.
My 13 News.
That brings us to tonight's email question. By now, we've heard so much about the credit markets being frozen. You'd think the world would just stop turning without borrowed money.
And in fact, almost all of us borrow money every day for big things and small, be it a mortgage or, I don't know, on our credit cards. Hungry for some comfort food? A new law may have you thinking twice about indulging. Fantastic. A question, though. It's been, the smoke been hot. It's hot tonight. Were you outside?
Hot, yeah.
You're hot, honey.
No, you're hot, Mark Thompson.
We shall move on, shall we? A town hall meeting was held in Simi Valley today to discuss legal options with victims of the September. One country's solution to financial crisis: print more money.
And a happy homecoming for tourists who went on vacation in hell. Right now.
I might stick things in my pillow. Be careful.
It's not nice.
What? Did I say that?
He's so mean. Okay, you know what, Rick? Or ladies, I should say. You think marriage with men is all magical and you found your soulmate. Think again. To a shark, a small dog is like a cheeseburger, but one small dog's owner was not about to let his pet become a snack. You're famous. No. No, you should make a sex tape if you're not famous, because then you will be famous. But if you're famous, don't make a sex tape.
All right.
Got it?
Spinning now.
Okay. Newsflash, Janet Jackson taken to the hospital. News update.
I'm Rick Garcia.
And I'm Lauren Sanchez. The Senate performs CPR tonight on legislation meant to save the U.S. economy.
But the patient is not yet out of the woods, as Gigi
4 babies have been killed in China because of contaminated formula. But now the problem is hitting home.
Candy and other products contaminated. Brings us to tonight's email question. Steve Fawcett remains legally dead, even as the mystery deepens over just what happened to him.
And while Fawcett likely crashed his plane and died, there's always a chance that he's still alive and maybe even planned his disappearance. It's going to be a good one, and a reminder that you can watch the 90-minute debate between Senator Joe Biden and Governor Sarah Palin tomorrow night right here on My 13 at 6 o'clock. Overseas, Russian rescuers dig for buried children after a school collapses.
And Italian police look for mobsters in the land of organized crime. Those creative.
Reports of his death were pretty much greatly exaggerated.
The New England Journal of Medicine.
Hundreds of families are camped out in front of the Fred Jordan mission in anticipation of tomorrow's big giveaway of much-needed clothes, shoes, and school supplies. Sanchez.
I'm Rick Garcia. So who won the first and only vice presidential debate between Governor Sarah Palin and Senator Joe Biden? Well, I guess it depends on who you were rooting for. Tony Valdez.
And fell to his death.
He may have killed as many as 10 casual acquaintances.
But investigators need help cracking the case of yet another serial killer.
Chris accounts.
In Australia, a man goes missing. Was he eaten by a crocodile? It's funny. Stand up and show us your bailout. I read it, and I read it.
It was very believable. I bought into it.
Really? You bought into that I accidentally messed up a word? So weird. I never do that. High fashion goes high tech. A clothing designer in Argentina. Potty training requires patience. Trust me, I know I'm right in the middle of it. Not with Rick, with my 2-year-old.
Hasn't been easy. Hey, it hasn't been easy for me either.
So when one 3-year-old boy had to go, well, he had to go immediately. And therein lies the start of a strange run-in with the law.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Sanchez.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. This is My 13 News. The verdict in the O.J. Simpson trial.
O.J. Simpson and his co-defendant, Clarence Stewart, 54, guilty on 12 charges, including armed robbery and kidnapping, which carries a potential life sentence. 5 years to a life sentence.
That's right. The jury, after deliberating, after listening to 12 days of testimony, deliberated just for a number of hours tonight. In fact, like I mentioned before, they asked for dinner to be ordered in. They went to the judge at about 3 o'clock this afternoon with a question, just a procedural question, according to the Clark County spokesperson, courthouse spokesperson. But again, as you just heard, O.J. Simpson found guilty in all 12 counts.
And it was 12 hours of deliberation, which was interesting because the minute that...
Reported on pieces of a boat and life jackets found in the area between Long Beach and Catalina Island.
Now investigators think the brother of Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez and Linda Sanchez and his girlfriend may have been on that boat. First for California, Governor Schwarzenegger is warning that California may need a $7 billion emergency bailout loan from the federal government if the national credit crunch doesn't ease up fast. Senator Joe Biden bids farewell to his son, who was headed to Iraq during a National Guard deployment ceremony. Okay, my producer's going to kill me on this, but we were going to have an email question about Halloween and all that stuff. But, you know, with the O.J. Simpson verdict coming down, he was guilty on all 12 counts. We have to ask, what do you think of the verdict in the O.J. Simpson trial? We just got the verdict about 15 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago.
And he, along with his buddy, or cohort in this case, C.J. Stewart, also found guilty as well. And again, these verdicts now...
Okay, if you are a WWE fan, you're familiar with Diva Maria. We've got an up-close and personal interview with this well-toned, beautiful young lady a little on later in the newscast. As divas go, well, she's probably one you don't want to cross. Her name is Diva Maria. No, not that one. And as Al Naipo and the street team found out during... Well, up in Washington State, if you've got calluses, stay out of that fish tank.